Hello, folks. Welcome to Wednesday PrimeTime Pioneer. I'm Randy. This is the person who got the buy. His name's Josh Williams. Wave hello. This time in the feature match, we happen to have Caleb Mangrum. He's playing ESPER Control versus Bryan Kenady. We're going to knock on the door and let him know it is time for them to start. The Montessori Swift Spear, along with hitting Caleb for 1, bringing him down to 19. He plays a Watery Grave and passes it. He takes another 1.
Eidolon the Great Rebel. That's a good card.
Yeah. So now Caleb's in trouble because Eidolon this quick, he's probably going to have to take 2 to get it off the field.
What is that?
That is Ash Zealot.
Okay.
It's an oldie but goodie.
Wow. Yes, take a 5.
He's going to take 5. And I think for the folks at home, I'll bring up Ash Zealot.
No.
Detention Sphere, but he had to take 2 to do so.
Right.
It hit.
This game's already halfway over for Caleb.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's part of the quickness of these red decks is how fast they can be. When you look at Ash Zealot, first strike, haste. Whenever a player casts a spell from the graveyard, Ash Zealot deals 3 damage to that player.
I'm surprised to see that in the main deck. It looks like a sideboard card to me.
Yep. And he's already at 2. But we see he's going to try to stabilize. Does Bryan have any finishers? Plays a land. Looks like he has a Skullcrack. Nope, a Hazret with 1 card in hand. And that's enough. So they're going to go to their sideboards where Bryan picks up game 1 here. Ooh, 2 Leyline of Combustions. We got a reader. I'm going to have to read 2.
Yikes. That's fantastic. Caleb's going, what is this card?
Yeah, and we're going to have to bring it up. So, it has the Leyline effect, but whenever you or at least one permanent you control becomes the target of spell or ability an opponent controls, deals 2 damage to that player. So those fatal pushes now deal Caleb 4.
Yeah, that's insane.
And he's got an A-line. He's going to take 2 from...
So much for that spot removal strategy we were talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Caleb...
So he responds with an opt before the Eidolon.
He should be at 8. Oh, before the Eidolon. Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
Right.
He's reading it. So a fatal push will currently deal 6.
Right.
Oh.
Does it trigger on the
boy.
fairy too? Yeah. Does the Leyline say spells or abilities?
Spells or abilities.
Yikes. So he takes 6 for casting and bouncing with the fairy.
And there's another
There's
Eidolon. He's going to absorb it. He's going to gain 3 life, but
Okay.
just gained 1 because of the Eidolon. Yeah, he needed to get that off the field.
Yeah, absorb is a pretty good answer there.
He was trying to put the beats on.
Now, Caleb's missing another white source to play the Supreme Verdict from his hand.
Yeah.
And Supreme Verdict's a way to get around it.
Can you not?
Yep, he needs a white on top.
Yeah.
Oh.
What is that?
There he goes. He got a white source, so he could just remove them both and try to see, does BK have an answer in his hand? Right now he's not too much in danger, but he wants to kind of avoid land hazard.
Turn in.
Right. And if he takes too much damage, he's gonna start seeing that he can't remove things too.
Almost.
Yeah.
So he wants to preserve his life total, I would think.
Yeah, so he's going to preserve his life total by removing the 2 Eidolons. Now, I had this discussion with some other Esper control decks. Do you run Settle the Wreckage?
I know Caleb's playing 1. I don't know if he has more than that.
So Lightning Strike in and light up the stage, showing another Lightning Strike. It's looking pretty good for BK, but right now here comes the equalizer in the control matchups. Teferi, Hero of Dominaria. Yeah. And Teferi, Hero of Dominaria can do a lot of work. Caleb at 11 already.
Cast off.
Okay.
He's searching.
I'm wondering if the ley lines were a good call, because it seems like it hasn't affected that matchup or this matchup too much so far.
So the direct removal, because Caleb has mass removal, he's been able to get around it.
Yeah. Feels like he might sideboard those out now. I'm just saying that as
Well, now he has a settle. He's clearly in the driver's seat.
well. Right. I'm thinking about, if you're Bryan, trying to think about sideboarding between this match and the next one.
Yeah, well, here's another great card for Caleb, and that is Cabal.
That's another card I'm not familiar with.
Well, let me bring it up for those,
I'll take 4.
or Kimball, I think.
2 lines in Sigo.
Is it Kabal? Or Cabal, I mean.
It's not Cabal with a C, it's a K.
Okay.
Camball, Consul of the Elocution. Can't say that right too fast, but whenever an opponent casts a spell,
Non-creature spell.
non-creature spell, that player loses 2 life and you gain
That's
2 life.
really good for Caleb.
Yep. It's also a 2/3, so it gets around a lot of removal.
Blocks that Swiss Spear too.
He could just tick down, not target anything. But if you notice, he took 4, and Detention Sphere actually came in and got rid of the ley lines.
Oh wow, that's quite good.
Go.
Yep, so Caleb's definitely in the driver's seat. As he bounced the Monastery Swift Spear, BK is looking for answers.
What is that?
I'll Torrential Absorb.
Torrential Absorb, he's going to gain 3 life.
This was good game 3.
And we're going to go to a game 3 as BK, even though he had a great start with the 2 ley lines, he needed a Hazard, he needed it quickly. Caleb able to even it up when Khans of Takir came around and Ravnica was pushed out by it.
Okay.
You know, you were able to get the become immense things. But the mono red decks that were just Return to Ravnica and Theros block were really powerful. Especially because of Ash Zealot.
Yeah, I remember when we had the Teamer Battle Rage and Become Immense package. If you tapped out against that deck, you were dead, pretty much.
Now, Ash Zealot was very good in the mono red decks during the Innistrad Return to Ravnica blocks because Snapcaster Mage now made it so if you cast a spell from your graveyard, you're going to get 3 damage. There was also Flashback in Innistrad. There's no Flashback really, but you have Jumpstart. So Jumpstart, it kind of affects that.
True, yeah. It also affects the Torrential Gearhulks, I think, and Caleb's deck.
Yes, because if they cast a spell there from the graveyard.
Yeah, so Caleb will have to watch out for that. Yeah, so he'll take 2 off the Eidolon.
No, he said on the stack.
Oh, on the stack, okay.
Yeah, Ash Zealot has attacked twice and he cast it afterwards.
Okay.
Got it. And if you have a Lightning Strike, you remove that every time, right?
Yeah.
That's whenever non-creature spells
Can you
play.
see his hand?
Yeah,
I'll
when
lose
you
2
cast
game
one
2.
that's trained.
Okay.
Now, there is a trigger missed, so I'm going to go remind him that Eidolon Cabal. So,
Oh, Cabal triggers Eidolon. Gotcha.
yeah.
Oh, why did I shock
I
him?
would 18.
That was not smart. He just played that. It's a 2/2.
You forgot to take 2 when you cast Cabal.
Oh, yeah.
So you're 16. Yeah.
Just cast shot. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, he just wanted to even the life
Oh,
score.
yeah, I just missed it. I'll go ahead and work because I misplayed that. 2 off that, 2 off that, I'm going to kill it. Oof. Yeah,
So I'll stay at 16 and you'll
I
be
go
at
to
12.
12. Attack for 2.
Oh, he did remove it, but he would at the end of his turn? No.
Oh, he just cast 2 spells. He cast Shock and then he cast Lightning Strike.
I
Oh,
see.
yeah, you
So
said
I
you
gain
gained
2 and then
2.
take 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the Cabal gaining the life is what really is kind of messed up Bryan there. And trying to hit it with a Shock where he had to spend 2 removal versus the 1. He just totally forgot that Cabal was a 2/3.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, it ends up being unfortunate, but, you know, that's sometimes the state of the game.
Well, combat.
Yes.
That is a big one there. Because now Caleb can't gain life, and if he gets a creature on the field, it's going to deal 1 damage to him. And Rampaging Ferocidon has it, but we're going to see a Supreme Verdict here. That is probably the best card in Pioneer for the Esper control decks.
Supreme Verdict.
Supreme Verdict, being able to handle those things. Now here's another 3/3 Menace. He does have removal for it, so we'll probably see that. He's going to cycle. He drew a Settle the Wreckage. I think I would have just played the Detention Sphere here. Save the Settle the Wreckage for Hazoret. Although, as I say that, Bryan drew his land.
He's not going to play the hazard. What is that?
That is Hazoret, post-combat, because he has 2 cards in hand.
Interesting. Okay.
You're going to see a Dig Through Time. Just trying to think, is there any cards that he might want to get back?
I feel like you probably just tap out here and save any cards you might want to cast. I'm sure he wants the Supreme Verdict. No? Okay, that's gutsy. I'd probably keep the Supreme Verdict just as a board wipe.
I think he had to exile everything, though, just for the cost of Dig Through Time.
Okay. Because I know he has the Torrential Gearhulk in hand.
He has 2 of them in hand already, so he doesn't need it.
Gotcha.
Looks like he grabbed a land and an Absorb. Because he needs a land to cast the Torrential Gearhulk.
I see.
So land and Absorb.
So does he just... Oh, he flashed back. He's going to flash back Dig. and
Cannot
block the
flashback
hazard.
verdict.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, when did he play Verdict at instant speed? That seems pretty good.
Yeah, nah, not quite.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
If he had a small Teferi, that would have been even better for back-to-back plays, but that's Teferi, Hero of Dominaria.
Leave up
Or
Absorb.
3, sorry. Fanatic, take 2.
Mog Fanatic, it has Devotion. And what's really neat about Mog Fanatic, and I think the cards that really Bryan needs to play, and he's not seeing it, or he's not playing it yet, we're going to see an Absorb for it instead of triggering the Devotion. Boros Reckoner, I haven't seen that card getting played yet, but
Right,
that card and Goblin Chainwhirler, both those cards are great.
Yeah, I'm kind of a split mind on Goblin Chainwhirler myself. But yeah, Boros Reckoner is fantastic. I found a set of those when I was going through my old cards.
Yep, especially if you cast Star of Extinction.
Yeah.
Instant. Cool.
So he can take care of Teferi as long as there's not a counterspell. But what Bryan doesn't know is there's a Settle the Wreckage.
It's the graveyard cat. Combat.
Yep.
Yeah, this game feels like it's already over.
Okay.
So Settle the Wreckage is going to exile those 2.
When your control deck gets to 6 mana, they're either almost dead or
I
they're
think the
going
only
to
one
win.
that's
usually.
untapped is Trophy. It's
Yep.
Trophy and Field Ruin are the 2 untaps. And Ghost Quarter does not spell that.
I'm going to go let BK know that those cards are exiled. Oh, he did it. Never mind.
This guy bolts
Maybe
me
you can
with
hear
that
me.
roll something.
That'd be worrisome.
It's pretty good. There we go.
So the turning point being Teferi once again, and Fable Passage is such a great card, is it not?
It is, yeah.
Deck name's not really
Quite good
fun.
with bit of push.
I mean, it is just is statistically significant. So,
Yep, Teferi unchecked here. No Fry from BK.
I thought I heard you say yeah.
I said tick up. Yeah, go ahead.
So recently in the banning news, Leyline of Punishment or Combustion.
He didn't side out
No,
Six. Take your time.
nothing like he's gonna braid.
They can do it, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter.
Is that an artifact?
Yes, it is.
That's
Torrential
awesome.
Gear Hulk is an artifact.
Welcome back, friend. Put you on the bottom and then shuffle you back in. Welcome to the party.
Yeah, when Teferi ults, the first thing you exile.
Get your call.
And here's Gideon, ally of Zendikar. He's gonna make a knight.
Yeah. Yeah, he'll have somebody's
I keep buying these cards that take tokens and then not getting the tokens. I'm really good at this.
He's looking for the tokens.
Yikes.
Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Love that card. It's really great.
But what could you have in hand? Right. Does he have a hand?
6.
What's that?
Does he have a hand, or is he just
It looks like he's hellbent.
2 lands and Sigil.
playing off top of
Yep, hellbent. Ooh.
his
Yeah, that seems good.
Yeah, that's basically game.
Yeah, Caleb's now going to ignore him because Gideon, ally. Teferi about to ult. He has control.
To go.
I'm surprised he didn't flash anything Gear Hulk there and just win. I guess he wins
Animate
anyway.
the boy.
How much would it be?
4, 5, 5. Take number 7.
Okay.
Yep, and BK's going to go down to 3.
All the turns.
Yeah, he definitely had it. If he just plays into turn Gear Hulk.
Let's have 2 lands.
Bryan has no cards in hand.
Sigil.
Hey, Bryan, how are you doing? It's going well. Welcome to the stream. As you see, BK, your namesake there, he didn't make it. Caleb won that match. So, oh man, my foot on the camera thing there. But we got round 2 getting ready to come up. We're doing 3 rounds tonight. We, with these ice chills, a lot of people are afraid to come out at night here in Clarksville,
I think that kind of
and that's okay. We'll be back, so stay tuned. You're watching Primetime Pioneer here at Frontline Games.